Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. March 22nd, 2020, 5:34 a.m. Central Daylight Time, 4:34 a.m. real time, but we don't want to get into all that again. Here is the premier product. Nice filigreed label with a matte finish. Seagram 7 Crown. Seagram 7 Crown. American blended whiskey. A whiskey of distinctive character, smooth, rich, full of flavored without a trace of heaviness. Okay. Full flavor without a trace of heaviness. Trying to read this in the dark. Proudly blended and bottled in America. Mm-hmm. 97 calories per volume per serving. Serving size 1.5 fluid ounces. So in 1.5 ounces, it has 97 calories. So there's the back of it. There's a lot of glare. Anyway, this is the new bottle design. I bought this at Walmart. It was $12.97. Ronnie, yes. Good morning, Ronald. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Enjoying. Well, it's okay, Ronnie. I had to go get a tire patched yesterday. And the truck had a little tack in it. And the man said it just punctured it, just barely punctured it. I said, gee, it cost $33 and something. Because these new trucks or cars, each wheel has a little, like a black box in it, like an airplane. And it relays information to the dashboard and tells you what the pressure is in each tire. Well, that makes it more expensive to change the tire. I say, yeah, naturally. Used to be nothing. Take it off, patch it, put it back on. So that put me back. Not that I was in a rush to do anything. And all this humbug going on, which we know about. Let's see, Kentucky Beau, Kentucky whiskey, a blend. Green label. There is, I've seen black label. I've seen the photos of the black label. I bought that in Meridian, Mississippi at Bonita Liquor on Mississippi Highway 19 westbound. Good little liquor store. I would recommend stopping there. It's not an enormous place. There's a decent selection. Now this I bought at Walmart here on US Highway 61 northbound. $12.97. And it's got this nice rack notch in it when you put on the rack to keep it from moving. So it's a classy, if you're going to get a blended whiskey, this is the classy one, right? The Seagram 7 Crown, American blended whiskey, owned by Diageo. Now, you can get the Seagram's VO, Canadian blended whiskey. Neither one has an age statement. That's a Sazerac brand now. They sold VO in the Seagram's 83. There's one called 83, which we don't get here. And some other brands. They sold 19 brands to Sazerac, but they're still producing it. And then later, Sazerac will take it over. Kentucky Beau is Heaven Hill. I paid $6.49 plus tax for this thing. It's not too good. I'm gonna be frank. Let me be even more frank. She was young. She was beautiful. Okay, so Johnny Fontaine will never get that part. Fight the power, right? Okay, let's see. Both 80 proof. This one is 75-25 blend ratio. It used to be 66 point something and 33 point something. It used to be even more straight bourbon, but the current is 75-25, like the Beam's 8-star used to be, but 75% grain spirits, just grain alcohol. MGP, Midwest Grain Products in Indiana, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, produces a huge amount of grain alcohol from corn, mainly, not all corn, but mostly corn. It used to be the Seagram's distillery, but Seagram's went out of business in the year 2000, 20 years ago, and MGP ended up taking over that facility. They do make straight bourbon there. In fact, if you're a company that produces your own bourbon, you can buy bourbon from them. If you get on their website, they'll say, you can come tour the facility, not me or you, but you can come tour the facility and we'll show you what bourbons you can buy to take home to your distillery and blend them and make your own product, whatever. Okay, so this is the Kentucky Beau. Now, as far as the color, I think I poured too much. The Seagram's is darker. The Beau is golden. It's 80-20, so it's 80% grain alcohol, grain spirits, corn liquor, moonshine, whatever you want to call it, and 20% straight whiskey, which is bourbon probably. Okay, then they add coloring, probably add coloring, because these are aged in old barrels, so those don't, you don't suck up that charcoal color that makes it turn reddish brown. You know, it's like I saw a video for the Canadian Mist whiskey, and the man was saying it's like if you use a tea bag. The first time, the tea bag will make the water real dark, but then the second, third, fourth time, it just, every time you use the tea bag again, it doesn't add any color really. So same thing with these. So they add caramel coloring. Same thing with Canadian blended Scotch, and blended Irish whiskey, and probably Japanese. Most Japanese whiskeys blended. Okay, but they use rice spirits as their grain spirits. That's why they taste different. My friend David was like, that gives me a headache. I said, I don't get it, but I'm not him, he's not me. I like the Japanese rice, like the Suntory Tokai, which I tried. I thought it was really good, but he didn't like it. He was saying, I paid $60 for this. This stuff's so good. It's no good. I said, to me, it's good, but Seagram 7 Crown. So $12.97 at Walmart. That's about as cheap as you're going to find it. We did go to we went to Martin Wine Cellar 2 years ago, and they had it on sale for $7 a bottle. They were closing out these 750s. They still sell the jug, and so he bought it. David was like, I'm buying that. I said, well, I have a full bottle. I don't need it. And then I ran out, so I bought this. Because if I'm going to do blended whiskey taste challenges, I got to use the Seagram 7 Crown, because that's the prototype. That's the one that you measure everything else against. And there's one little problem. None of them measure up. Not a single American blended whiskey that I've tried yet has come even close to Seagram 7 Crown. It destroys them. It makes a mockery of them, really. And I went to David's house. He had some Seagram 7 Crown. I said, oh, you've been buying Seagrams, huh? Yeah, it's good. Then he discovered Country Club. I'm sorry, Clubhouse. I always say that. Clubhouse from Heaven Hill. He said, it's as good as Seagram's, and it's only $5.99, $6.99 a liter. I said, ain't no way it's as good as Seagram's. I said, but you tell yourself that so you can enjoy drinking it and save over half the price, way over half the, it's much cheaper. I mean, it's fine. Clubhouse, fine, but no way. Compared to Seagram's, it's a joke. And you can tell they have flavoring added, some kind of sherry or something. I don't know. I don't even care. Back to sleep. Catch you later. He's going back to sleep. Once I wake up, I can't get back to sleep. Not during the day. Maybe if I take a nap like yesterday. All right, Ronnie. Probably got Craig watching, the old gang, the Dawn Busters gang. All right. Craig Swinson I'm talking about. This is going to be, now don't feel bad about watching this. Don't blame me, because what did I say yesterday? I said, you probably would do better not wasting your time watching this. It's not going to be much of a challenge. It's going to be a joke. Seagram's is going to kill it. So remember, I warned, don't waste time watching this. And I don't know how many video beer reviewers, wine, liquor reviewers advise people not to watch their videos. But I'm trying to be honest. I'm telling you what's coming up. I'm not over here selling t-shirts and swag and bottle openers and have a Patreon account. I don't get that. I don't. Why would I pay somebody to watch their videos? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I give money to their Patreon account? Why would I do that? Why? I mean, okay, you try liquor. You tell me what you think about it. You try beer. Why would I pay you? Well, I don't even want to wear your t-shirt, but I'm not against t-shirts. I'm not an anti-t-shirt-ite. If you want to wear people's t-shirts, go ahead. But whatever. But anyway. Ha ha ha. Let's go over here. In the nose, it's not so garish. Like, you know, they're kind of comparable in the nose, but we not only sniffing it, we tasting it. Now look what Seagram says on their website. They have their own website. Don't even bother looking up a Heaven Hill website for Kentucky Beau, because all you're going to find it is in the product list. Seagram 7 Crown Blended Whiskey is an American icon. They put that in all capitals. An American icon with a rich heritage. That's actually true. A blended American whiskey, Seagram 7 Crown is carefully blended and aged in oak. Now, grain spirits, the grain neutral spirits are unaged, okay? But they're saying blended and aged in oak. So I don't know if they're taking the grain spirits and aging them for 4 years in the oak, or they're taking 4-year age bourbon and blending it with the unaged grain spirits and then bottling it. So I don't know. You do pick up an unusually large amount of wood, though. Some neutral grain spirits. There it is, 75%. You say neutral. What does that mean? It doesn't take sides? Yeah, it's like Switzerland. It has no aroma and no flavor, basically. You can buy that at the store, but it's not cut. You can get Diesel and Everclear, but those are 190 proof. You know, you can't drink those. They'll kill you. You could take, if you had some kind of measuring tool, you could take water. You could filter it through a filter if you want, but you could just take faucet water and dilute it down to 80 proof, and then you got your grain spirits that they use at the distillery to make this stuff. I haven't slept yet. Oh, Craig Swenson said, oh, hey, Andy. Seagram 7 is a serviceable blended whiskey. I agree. It's way better than, yeah, but it's way better than all the other ones I've got. So if it's only serviceable, imagine what they're like. Just tuning in now. I've been up since 2:30. When did you get up? Says Craig. Didn't get up till 3:15 Central Time. I laid down to go to sleep, but I couldn't sleep at first. I was just laying there. Because daylight savings time, it just messes me up. I won't sleep correctly until standard time comes back. So glad to be back on a normal schedule. I worked nights for 3 months. It was awful. Oh yeah, my father said that shift work when he used to work at night was killer. He couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand it. He started telling me, I can't wait till I turn 58 when I retire. And he meant it. Okay, taste time. Get ready. The one that tastes like honeydew melon and wrongness, you know what I mean? Like it's going to taste wrong, is the Heaven Hill, the Kentucky Beau. If you're getting ready to go to work, by the way, don't use whiskey as a mouthwash. What am I picking up here in this flavor? I got to close my eyes because I know the sequence is dark. Just wood, sweet wood, and vanilla. Or I should say wood and sweet vanilla, right? Corn, candy corn, corn syrup, sweet corn. Could you take neutral grain spirits and make bourbon out of it? Yeah, you could, assuming that it's spirits made from corn. That's the key. Now, if it was made from barley or rice, no, couldn't be bourbon. Could be something else. But yeah, you could just take this stuff like Everclear or diesel, which is just way cheaper. Put it in a never before used charred oak barrel, age it for at least 2 years. You got it, bourbon, straight bourbon. Now, it may not be any good. You know, you'd be an amateur. It may taste horrible, but you could technically have bourbon, you know. Oh, well. Ouch. Ouch. That is so obviously the Kentucky Beau. Why? It has a weird bite to it. It has a strange underlying something not right. What is this? Why do you make this? I say honeydew melon. You know it isn't that, but it's like I paid $6.49 for this. Who drinks this? That's the Kentucky Beau. American whiskey doesn't need to meet very many stipulations to be labeled as such. No, that's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, Kentucky Beau, you just got to go. But unfortunately, I got like 40% of the bottle left. Oh, well, maybe in 4 or 5 years it'll be gone. Well, it'll be less than that. I just got to keep, but I won't have to deal with it until once every tournament. I only got to deal with it one time every tournament from now on. You see, what's going to be the next American blended whiskey? Oh, that's Sunny Cook. Yeah, haha. Sunny Brook. Sunny Side Up. Sunnybrook from Beam. Jim Beam. Beam Suntory. That's an old brand from 1891. Is it the same recipe as 1891? You know it ain't. It's lower proof today. So a higher percentage of grain alcohol. You look at those old Sunnybrook advertisements from the 1940s. 65% grain spirits, 35% straight bourbon. Now it's only 20% straight bourbon. Oh, man. And the Sunnybrook used to be like aged a long time, like 6 years. And then they used to make a Sunnybrook straight bourbon, a white label, call it white label, straight bourbon. Did they even have a bottle and bond? I don't know. Now, do they still make the Sunnybrook straight bourbon? This I do not know. I doubt it, but you never know. You never know. You can't say no. Look at Early Times. Get on the Early Times website. They'll talk about Early Times. It's a good website. That's from Brown-Forman, makers of Jack Daniels. No problem. No problem, man. But you'll see nothing about Early Times bottled and bond with the cobalt blue slate label. 100 proof. I can show you the store. I went in there. I'm like, oh, hey, I know 2 stores that have it. Early Times, bottled and bond, straight whiskey. You'll never see it on the Brown-Forman website. And you'll never see it on the Early Times website. But there it is on the shelf. I can prove it. So never say never with these whiskeys. Don't ever say it's not there. I do like Early Time. Okay, let's see. More comments. Mix it with soda pop. Yeah. Do you like American blends versus Canadian blends? Well, I don't think the American blends can hold up. The Canadians kill them, except for 7 Crown. A 7 Crown can go toe-to-toe, yeah. I don't know. It's just Canadian blended whiskey tastes better to me. You say, yeah, but they add flavoring up to 9 or 10%. American only allow 2%. That's right. Well, maybe that's why the Canadians taste better, because they mask the badness. Hey, but I'm just telling you that, to me, they don't taste alike at all. I mean, you could tell a Canadian blended whiskey from American this quick. I mean, just a snap, boom, you know it. And that's why I don't do taste challenges between the two, because there's no kind of challenge. The Canadian whiskeys are no more expensive, and they just taste better. I'm sorry. I might offend people. I'm not here to offend anybody, but I'm just telling you honestly. And that's coming up this week. Yes, I've got the James Fox, and it was wonderful. I can't wait to post that, but get ready. It's an 18-minute video. You probably say, you're crazy. I ain't watching no 18-minute video. I understand. I wouldn't watch it either. Well, I probably would, but boy, that one was really good. 7 Crown goes neck and neck with Canadian Club in Mist. I think it's a tie with Canadian Club. 7 Crown and Canadian Club is like a tie. Maybe Crown is a little better. 7 Crown might be a little better because it's like a nice woody note that the Canadian Club doesn't have. Canadian Mist, it kills Canadian Mist. Canadian Mist is too bland, but it's designed to be bland. I'm not slamming it. It's designed to be that way, but it just doesn't have enough flavor. Canadian Mist is only a mixer. It's made for mixing. You get 80 proof. They'll tell you that on the website. I mean, they basically tell you on Canadian Mist website, if you're looking for a lot of flavor, you're in the wrong spot. You say, well, who drinks it? A lot of people drink Canadian Mist. It's one of the top 10. It's like one of the top 5. What am I saying? Best-selling Canadian whiskeys in the world, I think. So you can rip on Canadian Mist, but anyway, it's very popular. You say, well, people must love bland stuff. Yeah, you didn't need this channel to let you know that. You know how much bland stuff people love to drink and eat. You say, well, those Mexican people, they love spicy food. Wrong. Most Mexican or Latin American people I know can't stand spicy food. I'm serious. I'll say, hey, Pablo, you want some hot sauce? Oh, no, I can't eat all that hot sauce. I say, it's all just like, it's not even a stereotype. It's a myth, you know, it's a myth. Same thing with Louisiana. You think everybody in Louisiana eats spicy hot food. Haha. Not most Louisiana people I know. They'd be like, oh, no, it's too hot. I'm like, oh, man. Yeah. I used to drink Canadian Mist with ginger ale in college. You are exactly right. Okay, Craig. Canadian whiskeys seem to be more inexpensive as well as tasting better than American whiskeys. They're not really more inexpensive because if you take Canadian blended and put it up against American blended, they're pretty much the same. And actually, if you want to be techno, American blended whiskeys tend to be a little cheaper, generally because, you know, that you're not paying the shipping so much and all of that. So, but they're not as good. I don't think. That's just my opinion. I think they just are a train wreck compared to Canadian, generally. This is so divergent. I got to get off the air. It's so divergent because the 7 Crown, the wood. You could, I think, take Seagram 7 Crown and ask somebody, say, hey, you want some bourbon? They say, yeah, I'll drink some bourbon with you. You want it on the rocks or straight? Give it to me neat. Pour that, give it to them, and they would taste it and be like, man, I love a good bourbon, man. Now, if you give them this stuff, Kentucky Beau, they might not say anything, but they might look at you like, you know, hey, you got any Coke? And you'd be like, what's wrong? I just was thinking about drinking some Coke, with it. Something they try to come up with some story, Oh man, I used to drink. Oh, all right. So let's see. I'm gonna look at the label. If it says Kentucky Beau, this whole video is totally has no credibility, except in the sense that I did it blind. I do these things fair. I do it blind, live. I don't go back and edit it and cut out things that don't look good, try to make myself look more like an expert, like some people. But I don't do that. Whatever happens, happens, and it stays on the air. It stays posted. That's just it. I got to live with it. But yeah. KB, bye-bye, KB. Get out of my face because you are trash. Is it the worst Canadian? Is it the worst American blend of whiskey I ever had? Kentucky Beau. Yeah, it probably is. It probably is the worst I've had. Here comes the Kansas City Southern Railroad. So that's it. They're gonna start. They blast. Shut up. They blasting the horn because they're about to cross 2 state highways. Louisiana Highway 3223 and then 3224. And then a few miles down, they got to cross Louisiana Highway 44, one of the main roads. If you hear like a number starting at 3 and it's a 4-digit number, it's to be a small road. But if it's 2-digit, like 44 or 1, Louisiana Highway 1 or Highway 2, it's a long road, long. It's like a main road. They call that in Pennsylvania a trunk highway. Here they just say a road. That's my favorite corn whiskey, mellow corn. Yes, I've tried it. We even have a review posted on my channel, in fact. All right, I got to go, y'all. The news is on. Thanks for watching this video review taste challenge.